Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, October 8th, a very much of a fallish morning. Thank you for joining us. Right now it's 55 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. High today is going to be 86, so it's going to warm up a little bit, but it's just so peaceful out there and calm, and we're so glad that you're with us. I'm Steve Kine.
And I'm Sarah DeLangel.
Sarah, welcome back. We missed you last week.
I'm glad to be back, Steve.
Well, we missed you, so grab a cup of coffee this morning. We have a great show today. And it focuses on a time that I remember as I was about this tall. I got to ride on a fire truck, and it had to do with fire safety or fire prevention. So that's kind of the topic of the show. What else are we going to talk about today? Because it is a fast 30 minutes, right?
Yes, it is, definitely. Like Steve said, we have a show that is honoring safety regarding fire this week, but we also have everything that's going on this week in Enid, so stay tuned for more. It's time to rise and shine, Enid.
Thanks, A.J. Wells. Good morning, Enid, on this Thursday, October 8th. Welcome to our 40th show.
40th. Wow.
40th. 40th? Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. We're almost at a year, right?
No kidding.
1 year anniversary.
We started Thursday, January 8th, and it's been a blur. I just can't believe it's been our 40th show. So, wow. Time is moving along. We've made it to October, and I just can't believe it's already 8th. We're just moving so quickly. And when I think of October, I think of fall, of course, football, tree leaves, changing colors, but I also think of the first freeze. When is the first freeze in Enid, Oklahoma? When do you think?
I believe it's sometime in November, right?
Yeah, it could be. I remember living in Tulsa doing the Tulsa Run, and it was like October 20-something, and it was snowing.
Well, I remember not having a freeze. Being from California, I got introduced to the freeze until I moved here.
I see. All right.
But yes.
Appreciate Penn putting that up on the screen for us. So you're right. Late October, 1st of November is typical of the freeze here in north central, northwest Oklahoma. I just can't believe we're talking about freeze, but yes, we are. So let's talk about the 3-day forecast, because we've got so many great football games this weekend, and just great to be outdoors. And what's it look like?
Well, the weather, I personally think it's really going to be a nice weekend. Again, we're looking at staying under 90. Like you noticed, this week has been really nice. It's been nice and cool. We've seen a little bit of sun in the afternoon, so it's definitely going to be a nice weekend.
Again, that's another picture of your backyard, right?
Yes. Isn't it lovely?
It is. That's the North 40. I wonder what the South 40 looks like. Just as pretty. I'm just like you, Sarah. I love fall, the colors, the brilliance, and especially the cooler weather. Now, you're the solid waste supervisor, and you have a special task today dealing with our city manager and also Dr. Floyd.
Yes, that's right. If you
Tell us about that.
If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we were doing some form of a battle raising funds for Make-A-Wish.
Friendly competition.
Yes, friendly competition. And we won. The city of Enid won. So we're picking up Dr. Floyd today at 2 to go on a ride.
And you're picking him up in what?
In a trash truck.
Oh, wow. Like that one right there?
Yes, exactly like that one. It's actually going to be our green truck. So, yes, he'll be going out for a ride today.
That's a great shot. And it's all, again, the raise funds for the United Way, all part of the United Way campaign. As you said, Dr. Floyd, he kind of lost out on the little competition that we had. So therefore, Gerald was going to have to, if Gerald lost, he was going to have to teach a kindergarten class. But since Dr. Floyd lost, he's going to be on a trash truck today. So at 2 o'clock, everybody, 2 o'clock at the City Administration Building. Come down, cheer on Dr. Floyd as he gets on a trash truck.
We may give him a ride around his school, so they'll see him if they're out.
That'd even be better. That'd be better. Well, it's 7:35. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Enid. High today is going to be 86, so it's really going to warm up. But right now, it's a very pleasant 55 degrees, very calm out there. However, Sarah, there's supposed to be a 50% chance of rain tonight. And the high tomorrow, as you said, was going to be around 70-something. So undoubtedly, cold front's coming in overnight because 50% chance of rain tonight. So, well, it's time to find out the news.
Yes, and here is Derek with the Oklahoma Minute.
Good morning, Enid. Governor Fallin wants the legislature to place a measure on the 2016 ballot to revise wording in the Oklahoma Constitution that prohibits public money or property from being used to support religion. Fairview Oklahoma City Council approves a new texting fine. Those caught texting while driving will be fined $70. The University of Oklahoma and Norman Public Schools have partnered to teach Chinese culture and language to the district's young students. And you have 4 more days to visit the Tulsa State Fair, which goes through October 11th. Saturday, Oklahoma State will play West Virginia at 6 p.m. It will air on ESPN2. And OU will play the Texas Longhorns in Dallas at 11 a.m. It will be airing on ABC. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Sarah.
Yeah, Boomer Sooner. Go Sooners. OU, Texas. It's always a big game.
I'm sure it is. Football, right?
It's football. Your favorite?
Yes, and talking about my favorite, we also have Friday Night Lights once again this week. Like always, fall is big with football.
High school football,
High school football, yes. So as you can see, those are our games this week. Who are you going for, Steve?
Everybody who's on the right side will probably lose. That's my scientific. No, I'm not sure, but of course I'm rooting for the Plainsmen. They need a big win. And Midwest City is always a powerhouse, always a tradition. The Bombers, they know how to play football. So it's going to be a good contest, but it's going to be here. It's going to be home. So we encourage everybody to come out 7 o'clock Friday night, root the Plainsmen on as they take on Midwest City. But it's good to see all those teams. And, you know, in Oklahoma, small communities, large communities, everybody loves to get out and support their team. One thing we need to mention is about the free tree giveaway.
Yes.
You have some information on that? We needed to mention that earlier.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
there
right.
it is. Okay.
The City of Enid Tree Board is giving out trees. Actually, I believe that it's a limit of 5 trees per family. These are free for you if you like to come. I think you have to pick them up, so you'll have to come by and pick them up. It'll be October 8th from 8 until 6 p.m. if you're interested in picking up a tree.
And you know, I think it's a fun thing to do, to grab your kids and go and grab a tree. Forgive me for reverting back to my days in Perry, Oklahoma, but when I was in grade school, we had a free tree. You know, this is in the, golly, 60s, you know, long time ago. Long time ago, yeah. Go ahead and say that real loud. But I remember as a little bitty kid, we got to get these pecan trees. And I took these trees home to plant at our home there in Perry. And to this day, 2 of them survived. I think I planted 5. 2 of them survived. And when I go through Perry, I look at these 40, 50-foot pecan trees. And I remember that day in the 3rd grade, bringing those trees home to my mom, say, hey, can we plant these things? And here they're monster pecan trees. So that's a fun thing to do. So when you see these things, I just always encourage, grab your son or daughter, your grandkids, go grab a tree, make it a big deal, and go plant it.
That's a really nice story, Steve. It really makes me want to plant a tree now.
Well, it is. And my mom always remembers that day that we did that, and that was a long time ago. But again, when you drive by and you see those monster pecan trees, it all started by an event like this. So, fun deal. Okay, enough of history or where we're going down memory lane, enough of that. It's 7:39, holding steady at 55 degrees. Thank you for joining us here. Good morning, Enid. And by the way, this show is being aired on YouTube, and so you know, people around the globe get to see this, and so we're excited to bring a little bit of Enid, Oklahoma to you. Okay, to find out what's going on this weekend, what do we got to do next?
Yes, we have Derek.
We have Derek.
Good morning, Enid, again. We're going to have a lot of great events this weekend. First of all, we'll have the Hospice Circle of Love sale. The location of that will be 314 South 3rd Street. The events will be Friday, Saturday, and next Thursday as well, between 9 and 2 and 9 and 5. And they'll be selling hardback books, paper books to support the effort. Also, we'll have the Sooner State Kennel Dog Club show. And that location will be at the Chisholm Trail Expo Center, 111 West Purdue. They have a wide varieties of dogs and paces for events for rally, obedience, and agility trials. And another event will be Enid Rail Heritage Day. That will be at the Oakwood Mall. Event will be Saturday, October the 10th at 12:30 to 4:30. So go out, and you can always visit enid.org to view other events. And that's what's going on.
Thank you, Derek. Now, just a reminder, if you have any suggestions for the show or any announcements you would like to make, whether it's an anniversary or you want to share a vacation picture with us, make sure you send this to asksteve@enid.org. Or also, coming in with the fall, if you have any special holiday recipes you would like to share with us, please share them. I would love to try one of them. So just remember, asksteve@enid.org and let us know your thoughts. And now here's the moment that we've all been waiting for, our special guest. So here is Raquel.
Good morning, Enid. This morning we have Ken Helms, our fire marshal, with us this morning. And we will be talking about Fire Safety Week. And Ken, thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
Well, going into the interview, could you please tell us a little bit about Fire Safety Week and why it's so important?
Okay. It's actually called Fire Prevention Week, and it commemorates a fire that occurred on this date in 1871. It was in all the papers. Maybe Steve heard about it. But it was the Great Chicago Fire. That's the one that everyone talks about. Miss O'Leary's cow kicked over the lamp and that sort of thing. I think that's been overplayed. We don't really know exactly how it started. But it was a very devastating fire in a densely populated area of Chicago. Killed over 250 people, destroyed about 1,700 structures, I believe, and a couple of acres. But there was another fire that same date in eastern Wisconsin in a rural area that destroyed 16 towns and killed over 1,200 people. It was very, because it was a rural area, most people never heard about it. It wasn't as widely publicized, but this date helps us remember how devastating fires can be, how dangerous they can be, and helps us focus our attention on preventing fires and helping families learn how to rescue themselves from fires and be safe in a fire situation.
Okay, well, it's definitely good we have a week to remind us about fire prevention.
We usually spend the whole month. It's officially Fire Prevention Week, but we have activities throughout the month to kind of promote that theme.
Yeah. And I saw that there's a theme for it every year, and this year's theme was Hear the Beep Where You Sleep. Every bedroom needs a working smoke alarm. So could you explain the importance of having a smoke alarm in each bedroom? Because most of the time people just think maybe in the kitchen or in the living room, but it's each bedroom, right?
It is in each bedroom. Smoke alarms are part of a fire safety plan for your home. They're just one component. They don't prevent fires, but they help you respond appropriately to a fire. But they're intended to protect you when you're asleep, so that's why we focus on bedrooms. We like to see one in every bedroom. We like to see one in the hall or the pathway that leads from those bedrooms to an exit. The fire associations, the experts recommend that people sleep with their bedroom door closed, so that creates a barrier from you and smoke that might be occurring in another part of the house. And so if you have enough of these around the house, you will hear it through your door, it will alert you, and you still have that protective barrier so you can respond effectively and get out of the home. So it's just one component in that package, but it's a very important part of that. They're relatively inexpensive. These range in price anywhere from $5 or $6 up to $20 or $25, depending on features. Most homes, like a 3-bedroom home, typically is going to need about 4 of them. So you could protect your home for as little as $20 or $25, or you might spend $100, but that's a very inexpensive insurance policy to protect your family from a devastating fire.
Yeah, and that's really good information, because I had never thought about having one in each bedroom. I just assumed, as long as you have one in the living room, you'd be
For many years, we were pretty much satisfied to encourage people to just have one someplace. We really discourage them in kitchens because you're going to get a lot of false alarms there if you burn the toast or something like that, and you're typically not asleep in the kitchen or when someone's doing things in the kitchen. So that's just a place that they would be a nuisance more than anything else, and you'd tend to take the batteries out of them anyway. So the more appropriate place to have them in every bedroom, in the pathway from those bedrooms, and on every level of your home, including basements and attic spaces and things like that. In new homes, they're required to be hardwired with battery backup and interconnected so that when one goes off, they all go off. But in older homes, just single station battery operated detectors are acceptable too.
So what are some good practices families can have at home to make sure that their smoke alarms are working, or what are some good suggestions?
Well, many of these. This one has a 10-year lithium-ion battery. It's sealed inside the unit, so it shouldn't need to be replaced annually like a lot of the older ones do. But if you don't have the lithium-ion type, we recommend that you use the clock change, the daylight savings time, spring and fall, to remind you to change the batteries. So change your clock, change your batteries. That will remind you to do that twice a year. They should also be tested about once a month, and almost all of them just have a test button that you can press that will make them sound. That makes sure that they still have power and that the noisemaker still works. That's not really testing their sensitivity to smoke. You can kind of take that for granted, or once in a while if you want to light a candle or something like that and let a little bit of smoke waft up to it to see if it goes off, that's a good thing too. So once it sounds, you can fan the smoke away from it and it'll shut off in just a few seconds. So.
Okay, definitely good suggestions. So we know that you guys will go out during Fire Prevention Week to schools and teach children about fire prevention, but what can parents do at home so that they can make sure that their families are safe and they're ready in case of a fire?
Well, as I mentioned before, a smoke alarm or having enough smoke alarms in your home to protect your family is just one component of a fire safety plan. You need to actually think about your home and how you would get out of your home and have a plan, teach it to your family, teach it to your small children, and make sure that you practice it once in a while. You need 2 ways out of every room. Most of the time that second exit is going to be a window. So make sure that that window in your child's bedroom or your bedroom will open properly and that you have the ability to get out of that window if you had to. A lot of older homes, windows have been painted shut or something like that, and they're just not very operable. If you can't make them operable, we've seen some people will put a bat or something like that near the window that they could use to actually break the window out if they had to, and that's an acceptable way to do it as well. 2-story homes, they make some escape ladders that you can store in a little box underneath the window so that you can teach your kids to throw that ladder out. It's on chains and they can climb out. But just think about if you had a fire in your home, how would everyone get out? Have a meeting place so that when everyone gets out, they know where to go and you don't have to wonder where they are. That could be the mailbox or your neighbor's driveway, someplace like that. Make sure that everyone in your home knows what they need to do if they hear that smoke alarm, if they have a fire, and then practice it, drill it several times a year. We have fire drills in the schools every month. We teach the kids when the fire alarm goes off, they know what to do, they know where to line up, they know how to be led out of the building in an orderly fashion. But we fail to do that most of the time in our own homes.
Very true. So you guys have done a lot this week with the schools.
Been very busy.
Yeah, I imagine so. So what are some other ways or another source of information for parents or families to learn a little bit more about fire prevention?
Well, Fire Prevention Week is promoted and sponsored by the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, and they have a website, nfpa.org, that has lots and lots of information on it about Fire Prevention Week and how to keep your family safe from fires, cooking fires, fall holiday fires, things like that. As we get into the Christmas season, there are some special messages there about fire safety during Christmas with decorations and holiday candles and things like that. So it's just a wealth of information about fire safety. They have a companion site that is geared towards children. Sparky the Fire Dog is actually their character they have created and promoted for many, many years. So they have a separate site called sparky.org that has games and puzzles and things like that for kids to learn about fire safety too.
Okay, well, thank you so much for this information, for all the work you guys have been doing.
We enjoy it. This is the fun time of year for us. So.
I imagine. And if you guys would like more information, we definitely have the fire marshal available, or even the fire department would be available for any questions that you guys had about Fire Prevention Week.
Please do. We're, just if you have questions about fire safety, if you'd like a presentation for your group about fire safety, or even training on how to use portable fire extinguishers, give us a call. We'll make arrangements to do that for you. And that's just another part of the service that the fire department provides to try to keep our community safe. We enjoy it. So.
Yeah, and I saw we had a phone number on the screen there to be able to contact you guys. So definitely something people can use.
That'd be great. I hope the phone starts to ring. So.
Well, thank you so much, Ken, for being with us this morning, and we really appreciate your information and all the work that you guys do.
Thank you again for having us. We appreciate it.
And now going back to a department head video with Ashley Kine. She is the engineering assistant, and this is her video.
Hello, my name is Ashley Kime, and I serve as the executive assistant to the Director of Engineering for the City of Enid. The engineering department provides quality, cost-effective engineering services to the public. As executive assistant, I assist the director by coordinating a broad range of technical and engineering support to various city departments. If I can be of service to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. We appreciate that information. We appreciate Ken and also Raquel this morning talking about Fire Prevention Week. And at 8 o'clock, don't forget, Sarah, at 8 o'clock, I had the opportunity, I think it was last year, to sit down with Ken Helms, and we talked fire prevention. And so we'll have about a 25-minute interview that we're going to start airing at 8 o'clock. So if you have the time, you want to watch that this morning, 8 o'clock this morning on Good Morning Enid, we'll have that interview that I had with Ken. So 7:52, warming up a little bit. We're up to 57 degrees on a gorgeous Thursday morning. High today, 86. And don't forget, 50% chance of showers tonight. So there must be a front pushing through to cause that. In case that you missed the news earlier with Derek Silas, we have the Oklahoma Minute, and Derek is back.
Good morning, Enid. Governor Fallin wants the legislature to place a measure on the 2016 ballot to revise wording in the Oklahoma Constitution that prohibits public money or property from being used to support religion. University of Oklahoma and Norman Public Schools have partnered to teach Chinese culture and language to the district's young children. Fairview, Oklahoma City Council approves a new texting fine. Those caught texting while driving will be fined $70. And you have 4 more days at the Tulsa State Fair, which goes through October 11th. Saturday, OSU will play West Virginia at 6 p.m. and it will air on ESPN2. OU will play Texas Longhorn in Dallas at 11 a.m. It will air on ABC. Then that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Sarah.
Thank you, Derek. And the forecast, the 3-day forecast for, let's see, OU, Texas, that's down at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. And then the Oklahoma State game is at West Virginia. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be like there, but the weather here is going to be
The weather here is
gorgeous.
going to be really nice, and it'll be under 90. I think our hottest day will be Sunday, but other than that, we're looking at a pretty nice weekend.
Yeah, back to 90 degrees. It's pretty good. Well, again, and just in case you're not a football fan, but you're just a big fall fan, there's a lot going on in Enid, and it seems like we say that every show, Sarah.
Well, we usually have a lot going on each weekend here in Enid, so I think that's pretty nice.
Yeah. And to give us kind of a detail, Derek's going to fill us in on what's going on.
That's right. We have a lot going on this week. And first, we have the Hospice Circle of Love sale. You can help this event. They'll be selling hard books and paper books at the Hospice Circle of Love, 314 South 3rd Street, and it'll be Friday and Saturday. Then we have the Sooner State Kennel Club Dog Show. This will be at the Chisholm Trail Expo Center at 111 West Purdue. There'll be a variety of dogs. They'll have agility trials, events about rally, obedience, and confirmation. So that'll be a great event on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then we have the Enid Rail Heritage Day, which will be at the Oakwood Mall from 12:30 to 4:30 on Saturday. You'll be able to look at model trains. They'll have lessons and train simulator, hands-on experience. It'll be a little fun event for kids. So I think, and also you can always go to visitenid.org to view other events going on, and that's what's going on.
Okay, thank you very much, Derek. I think my wife will probably send me to that dog obedience event. I'm just saying, it could happen. I don't know. She would say, Steve, you have a free afternoon. Why don't you go to that obedience training?
And you'll be obedient, right?
Just a thought. I'll do what she says, right? Okay. Speaking of trees, not that we were, but speaking of trees, Sarah, remind folks again what's happening.
Yes, once again, if you're interested in obtaining a free tree, the City of Enid is giving away tree giveaway October 8th, 8 to 6 p.m. There is a limit of 5 trees per family. So make sure that if you're interested, you go by and grab one.
There is a limit of 5 people. Is that what you said?
5 trees per family.
5 trees. Okay, folks, good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us. 57 degrees on this Thursday, October 8th. And we have an important video we want to show you. It's all about adopting a pet and give an opportunity for you and me to adopt a dog or cat here in Enid. So watch this right now.
Are you wanting to bring home a new family member, but you don't know where to look? There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Come by the Enid Animal Shelter or visit our Facebook page. Adopt.
What a great video. 249-4910 is the number to call. And if you want to help out by adopting a pet. At the City Commission meeting on Tuesday, we had a little wire-haired terrier-looking puppy dog. My cat was bigger than this dog, but the dog's name was Lily, so we want Lily to find a home. So 249-4910 is the number to call. Hometown talent. We failed to mention that this morning.
Yes, we did. But if you know anybody between, I believe it's first grade through 12th grade.
Yep, that's right.
Make sure that you let them know that we are looking for them and we want to share their talent. So contact us and we'll get them recorded and on live TV
Right.
or on the show.
Just call 540-8918, or you can send us an email as well. And seriously, we'd love to have your student, your child, your grandchild on the show if they sing, play the keyboards, whatever, trombone, anything else. We want them on television, and we'll do that. Well, our show, it's always a quick 30 minutes.
It's the quickest 30 minutes, yes.
But it's been a great show with Ken Helms, our fire marshal, giving us some fire prevention tips. And it's interesting about the smoke alarms in the bedroom areas. It's just not in your hallway anymore, so how things have changed. So, well, we got to go. Sarah,
Yes, we
have
do.
a good day.
You too, Steve.
Thank you for being with us. Good morning, Enid, on this Thursday, October 8th. Make it a great day. Thanks for joining us.